online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yes. Excellent choice here. Welcome to Murder in the First After Show. Go, sing it. I take a look at my life and realize it's much left.
That's all I got.
Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. I am Monse Bolanos, here to discuss episode number 5 for Murder in the First, alongside my awesome co-host, Micheal.
Hey, I'm Michael Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at Michael_Drew, Michael E-A-L. Hey.
Michael E-A-L. Why is that? That just...
I want a pizzazz. I want some pizzazz.
Love it.
Nah, I just blame my mama. I don't know.
Good job, mama. Good job, mama. And again,
Yes.
I'm Monse Bolanos. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos. But let's get right into it, right?
Monse.
Great episode.
What?
I mean, they've all been tweeting us.
What
That it was going to
the
be a
heck?
good episode.
What the heck happened?
A lot of stuff, right?
Just-
A lot of stuff. Let's dive into the shortest, yet not that it's boring in any way, but the shortest storyline was Dustin Maker's storyline in this
Yes.
episode. And we actually start off with him. And we see that he's going to prison. And it's a really dark opening scene. He's walking, doesn't really say anything at all.
Like solitude or something?
Yeah, and he gets put into isolation, and that's it.
And he had the crazy eyes.
He had the crazy eyes. I know, 2 minutes in, I tweeted him.
Yeah, I know. And kudos,
Thanks for tweeting us back.
Yeah, thanks for tweeting us back. That guy's great.
Yeah.
He does such a good job. With the small scenes he gets in this episode, it's like every opportunity he gets,
Yeah,
he just knocks it out the park.
it was amazing.
He's creepy. He plays creepy. Like he plays creepy to a point, not like ill creepy, but like there's another level underneath what
Yes.
he's showing you, and you're
Yes.
just like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because it's not creepy, like it's that creepy of like, I don't trust you, I don't know what you're thinking, thus you're creepy,
Yeah.
type
and
of
when
thing.
and when he flipped out on his lawyer,
Yeah.
it was so subtle. Like it was so sudden. It came out of nowhere.
I know you got scared.
I jumped. You know, big men jump. I was like, oh. I flexed. I put my hands up. Like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He sure did.
I did.
So yeah, the next thing that we see with them is basically they're talking. And remember how in the last episode, Jamie Nelson was like, something had to have happened in his childhood. Like there's no way that this was just like out of the blue. She's a firm believer that something happened in his childhood. So she asked him, can I ask you about your childhood?
Yeah.
What happened? Did anything traumatic ever happen? And he's like, I broke my arm, and he shows it. And then she's like, oh yeah, your files. It seemed like a bad fall. And he says, yeah, it happened to my uncles. I was 6. I don't remember it. She's like, you don't remember anything? He's like, I don't remember it. And before she can ask anything else, he's like, I don't want to answer any more questions.
Which is the prime indication that, okay, there it is.
Or something
happened around there.
Yeah.
Maybe a molesty uncle.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's like the first thing to go to, but it has to be something there.
Something. Maybe he was running away from something and fell, and he doesn't remember it. He doesn't want to remember it.
But what's going on with his character? It's just like, it's like he knows he's evil. Like he wants to die so bad. It's like everything he did, it's like he's not in, he's aware of what happened.
Right, because right when they start talking, he starts to ask questions, and he's like, okay, I want to plead guilty to the death penalty.
Like, I'm not even supposed to be here right now. They were supposed to kill me before.
He was like, I was supposed to die on 3rd Street and Green, or whatever he said where he was supposed to die. He's like, I just want to plead guilty. And she's like, well, that's not, I'm supposed to protect you. He's like, I didn't ask you to save my life. He's cray.
It's like he believes he's evil. So he was maybe sacrificing himself for the greater good of Earth. Like he kind of talks like that. Like I'm supposed to die.
At first, I thought it was that he wanted to die because to like leave his name in infamy. You know, like, oh, he's dead after he did this horrible crime. And then in that same scene when they're all talking, and he's like, best case scenario, I sit in a 4x4 room for 50 years. So then I was like, oh, maybe it has something to do with fame. Maybe it just has to do because he's like, I don't want to be in this jail cell for 50 years. And that's one of the reasons, not to get into why I don't agree with the death penalty, because I think that's worse sometimes. Being in solitude for 70 years, that's awful.
Yeah, they get off easy if you kill them.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. That's, he probably thinks that's the easy road. I'm sure other people are, value of life, quality to be just alive and all that. But it's like, I think he's just being realistic.
Yeah.
Not that he wants the fame, and that's what is shocking, because I thought he would want the fame.
Yeah, they're just. I enjoy how every episode it's not what you originally thought. And how like the like the onions are getting peeled away, and you're seeing more. Yeah. Because the basic thing would have gone like, okay, they got influenced by video games and they just want to be famous killers, and they always do that. Yeah. And here, I don't even think that's what he really wants. Like I still don't know what he wants. Yeah, I don't know what he wants either. But you're right. We are seeing more and more. And with this episode, we saw Saletti, who we hadn't seen, who was promoted to DA. To district attorney. Yeah. And we got to see him with his wife and kid. I'm figuring, yeah. A really weird dynamic between the father and son. I feel like that has to do with his busy work, right? I'm guessing that's what it is, that's just what it is, and they're estranged. It's like his first reaction towards his son not having a different opinion about on his job. Yeah. Was just like, it's so... Like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you how it is. Like, damn, man. Clearly, your son doesn't like talking to you. This is probably why. I know, but I like that how his son was like, just let him, or what did he say? Let him die, or whatever it was about Dustin Maker. Yeah, he's like, no. He had good responses. Yeah, he's like, no. He's like, and it's true. He's like, he killed 18 people. Yeah. Why would we? Yeah, exactly. You had really good responses for a kid. He's like, no. I mean, his responses made logical sense. I mean, I would probably say the same thing. Yeah, at that point, now I'm thinking, it's like, why would we go through a trial with somebody who killed 18 people? What are you going through a trial? Be our tax money? Yeah. Okay. Now we got other stuff going. Now I'm gonna have to look into that, because that's so true. So we see Saletti, and then at the very end for that storyline, they're in the courthouse, or in the courtroom, excuse me, and Jamie Nelson's like, my client pleads guilty to all accounts. Yeah. And even the judge is like, what? I'm sorry, who? Say that one more time. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. And she didn't fight for it. No. She was like, okay. So maybe she is a good... I thought she was I naturally always said she was going to be bad because she's helping Dustin. But the fact that she was just like, I don't know, there seemed this level of, I'm proud of you that you did this. Let's get you to jail because you know you did wrong. Even though she tried to get him to fight it. It's like, all right. I don't know. But she seems so smart. I think she's going to somehow finagle this into work for him. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna let it go about what happened to him in his past. She's using this. She's totally using that. She is so smart. She is really smart. And I'm just like her presence. Like, she doesn't even talk a lot. I mean, she's had like maybe a few scenes, but every time I see her, I'm like, this lawyer is so smart. She is smart, and she's not as smart as Sugar, who thought he was gonna get off easy. That's the other storyline we got on this episode. Sugar and Rafi. Mo, man. Mo, where you be? Where you be? He misses you on the other side of the table. What happened? They sold out Jaleel. They did. And it's crazy because we don't hear about Mo Sugar, until the almost end of the episode. Well, you get a brief look at him when Rafi is with her partner and they're spying on him, and they see him go into what we don't know yet, but it's to see Victor Chan's people, because he calls him, what does he call him? He calls him brother something, like something really weird. Yeah, brother Hong. That's what he calls him, brother Hong. I thought he was just being cool though. What up, brother Hong? Yeah, so he goes to see brother Hong and gives him all this money, and more than what they should have given him. So they're giving him more money, and they're still gonna kill Jaleel? Yeah, well, I think that's what Sugar was trying to do, trying to give him all this money and then trying to get him to not kill his nephew because it was blood for blood. And he's like, no. Jaleel did this. He is in juvie, off of our hands. And you called it when he was like, do work or do your work. Yeah. When I thought it was like, no, you just continue doing your work, whatever else you're supposed to be doing. He gave the destination and everything. Yeah. So I'm so sad about that. I was like, oh my God. There was a brief moment when they captured Jaleel, and then Jaleel, he just completely, rats the other guy out. I was like, it wasn't me. Yeah. And I kind of thought they're going to let it slide, but they're not going to let it slide. And then when Hildy got the phone call. There were so many moments in this episode.
Yeah. That scene with Jaleel, though, like, all of a sudden, there's like 20 people. 20.
I know, they rolled up on him so quick.
So fast. So.
Look, you saw how small he was?
I know. And he fought it. He had to be a snitch, which I get it. I would have probably done the same. I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
But it sucks because this little kid took the rap.
Yeah.
To protect Sugar for them so they can protect his family, and they still threw him under the bus.
I know. I was shocked that they.
It's like, damn, Sugar, that was such a ruthless move.
Yeah. And then the next, you're right. So then the call, Hildy gets the call, and she just gets out. She doesn't even tell Terry, like she can't even handle it, and she goes straight to the morgue where we see Bonnie Kathleen, who will be here next week.
Yes, Bonnie.
So Miss Bonnie Kathleen will be here. Please tweet her if you have any questions. She'll be here next week. We see her, and that scene.
She points out the body.
She points out that she's like, is this Jaleel? Is this your son? And they both, yes. And she steps out. And then we get Hildy and Lachelle Thompson, played by Lynn Alicia Henderson. Very well done. Very well done. That scene between the two of them was wonderful.
I got tweeted back by Hildy that it was a very emotional. She said it was a tough day on set that day because she has so many. Like, how many scenes did she have today that were just like emotional knockouts? And I tweeted her back that it was like an emotional marathon. It had to have been. Like every single scene, like she must have slept for days after this day.
Yeah, and it was like in that scene when because once again, Hildy, Kathleen Robertson, doesn't do a lot of speaking. But she's so in the moment. She's so present. She's so there. Like, her lip was quivering, trying to fight those tears. And I was like, I feel, sister, I know what that is like.
She's so good.
She's so good. That entire scene was so powerful. And everything she said, down to like, do you have kids? And she kept it so, try to keep it very calm, you know? Like, the tears they weren't like hysterically crying. It was all like kept really, tried to keep it controlled. And then obviously at the end it didn't. But she was like, do you have a daughter? Go home, hug your daughter, tell her it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And then think about how you killed my son. And then,
damn, I'm getting chills. That was really a good scene.
Very good scene by both of them.
Both of them. It was this. I said this last week. Hands down, you can argue, and I don't even know if you can argue anymore. This is probably the best. This is the best cast I've seen on TV right now.
This is the best ensemble. Yeah,
this is the best ensemble. Every single scene with every single person.
Yeah.
There's not one, like, I found myself live tweeting more and like going back and forth because everything kept happening that had my mind and my eyes racing.
Yeah, I agree.
It was on and popping in this episode, Monse. Like, it was going down.
Yeah.
From start to end. I would say start to beginning. From start to beginning to middle to end.
Yeah, you're right. It was good. All of them. And then all of them. And then the main storyline that I think is gonna keep going, because you know what I'm afraid of. We'll keep this for predictions. I'll put a pin on it. But I'm afraid that the Dustin Maker story is just gonna diminish and it's gonna die down now that he's pleaded guilty. I mean, I know we could talk about Jamie Nelson and what she can do, but you know what I mean. Like, they can easily just choose to be like, you're done. The storyline for the rest of the season, Walt and Caleb.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna do that, but they've done such a good job of. They do such a good job of introducing so many simultaneous storylines.
Because we got a new one.
Yep, and keeping the other one still alive and vibrant. It's just, I don't know how they do that.
You know what, you're right. Because in this storyline, Walt and Caleb, we got a new one that we'll get to with Mulligan and Alyssa.
Them strippers. Don't trust them strippers. Fellas, I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Let's go to a bookstore and meet a girl. Okay? No offense to strippers. But
yeah,
they were scheming. She was scheming today.
So the story with Walt and Caleb, we immediately start with press about it, be like on television. You know, we're in like the precinct, and Mulk is like, how long are we going to keep lying about this? Because they haven't said that it is not a murder-suicide. Or, excuse me, they have not said that it's a murder. They still think it's a murder-suicide. Yeah. That Caleb killed himself after he killed his partner, Walt. But we know that's not. Yeah. So Hildy and Terry, Hildy and Terry, that's right. Yeah. They say they start to figure things out, and they say we gotta start eliminating one by one.
Isn't their partnership so awesome?
Yeah.
Every time they have it's like they read each other's minds, and I love it when they're deciphering what's really going on, and they're just talking to each other, like going through the what's happening with the case going on, and their ideas. I love their moments together.
They're very good together.
I love that
chemistry
partnership.
is real good.
It's so good.
In season 1, it was excellent. I remember thinking that, but yeah, they have very good chemistry.
I'm glad they're not sleeping together, because that ruins things.
I guess.
I'm glad, because if they sleep together, it's just gonna add extra stuff. You guys are just good partners.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it once. You both got a taste. Now you're just like, you know what? Let's keep it like this, so we can solve crimes and save people. And that's what they're doing, and I'm with that.
I guess. I guess you're right.
See, that's what you got to do. Good job, English.
In the beginning of the episode, Hildy and English are talking, and they're trying to like figure things out. Do you think that this is cop on cop conspiracy?
Yeah, something's going down.
Something's going down.
Why didn't they tell Kodo though?
I don't know why.
I thought he was the main guy they're gonna try and tell.
I thought so too. I don't know why Terry didn't tell him when he went to go see him.
Yeah.
To I have no idea.
I'm a little surprised at how much of a secret they're keeping this. I thought they would. Well, maybe it's because last time they leaked it out, it got blown. Like everyone found out. Maybe. But I'm a little surprised at how they're not telling anyone. How do you even tell Kodo? It's just. I mean, are they even allowed to do that?
I think it has to do. I'm hoping that has to do with what you said, that it won't spread like wildfire, and it's not. They don't know any. They don't really know anything.
Because because they're having so many press conferences, you can't have this go out and still hold it back.
Yeah.
It just feels. I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's just a way to try and not get it to spread and be worse. Maybe he's trying to contain it. But their main goal is to try and eliminate everyone in their area, their immediate friends and people that they work with, and then start working with everybody else. But they're trying to just clear everyone's name. One of the people is obviously Hildy's brother, Junior.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm gushing over every actor, but this episode really got me.
Yeah.
Weren't his scenes good?
Yeah, he's always good. And remember Mo last week said he's real good when he's on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hildy goes to see him, and it turns out it's kind of weird because he doesn't really have an alibi. He didn't really clock in. Like,
they're both so tough. I love how they both just go at each other. And she wasn't holding back. She was just like, are you drinking? What are you doing? She called him out
straight up. Are you on his drinking? What would you have done if that was your sister?
I mean, if that was my sister, I'd probably be a lot more subtle. I think more human, like you tend to be more passive aggressive because I think naturally you're afraid to go into that territory. You know, like it really depends on your relationship. You're kind of like, so that's usually why people have alcoholics in their family, and they don't say anything because they don't want to have that hard conversation.
They beat around the bush.
Yeah, like, so maybe, you're drinking again. It's 12 p.m. Okay, and then if you have some attitude, I'm like, okay, well, all right, then I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah,
that's usually how it'll be. And I'd probably be in between. I'd like to think I'd be strong enough to be like, hey, are you killing people? No, I mean, like, hey, are you drinking? But I don't know.
Is that blowtorch?
But Hildy's no joke, though.
Yeah, Hildy is no joke. She calls him out, and then he's weird. Like, you're right. There's something about him that makes him untrustworthy. And then we meet his wife.
Yeah.
Mary, I believe it's Mary. And then we see a shot, like, glance over Hildy's perspective, and she sees a blowtorch sticking out of his tools. And
we had to rewind it because it happened so quick.
It did happen so and
subtly.
she barely like reacted to it, but she did.
Yeah.
So good job. Good job.
Such a good episode. The directing in this episode was awesome. I'm trying to get the name. There's the name of the director in this episode.
Yeah, you get that. I'll keep.
Give her a shout out because she killed it.
Yeah, because you're right. It was so subtle. Hildy's reaction was so subtle, and then she just asks her sister-in-law,
"Yeah,
is my brother okay?" And we don't know it. It gives us it moves on to the next story. We also, in this storyline, meet Alyssa again, and I can't. When it all came together, so Alyssa comes to the precinct to talk to Mulk.
My boy Mulk.
Yeah. Mulk.
He's such a
Raphael Sabarge.
He's such a nice guy that you're just like, he's just like, he's the guy that'll get, that'll get strung up by a girl real fast. Because he's just like,
and a good looking girl.
Yeah, she was actually really fine. She actually, she's a beautiful actress, but she was actually really.
Yeah, she's good looking.
I was like, you know what, I might get. I understand you, Mulk. Yeah, she was.
Mulkey would definitely not, kick her out of bed.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He didn't. So she comes to the precinct, and she seems like a little bit flustered, and she's like, I had a fight with nobody. Oh, I don't know. But I thought about you and how nice you were. And then they went home. So good job, Mulk.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like Mulk. I tweeted, don't fall for these strippers. I mean, like, because it seemed like there's something going on.
Yes.
Because what she said she fought with a friend, and it seemed like it looked like she was about to admit something regarding the missing cop. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen.
I thought so too, and I feel like I thought so too, but I think I think her plan is to screw over Junior.
Yeah. That's what it turns out. But at first, I was just like, oh man, there's something with this girl. Don't trust her.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like at the beginning when she first, so she
had him. He was just like, hey, this is like the best part of my day.
Yeah, and then he takes her home, and they wake up, and he's like, there's breakfast. It's like also perfect.
Making her breakfast. I got coffee for you.
Yes, I got some coffee scones for you. Mm-hmm. And at this point, Hildy has told Terry all of the weird things about her brother. So they have decided to confront him. Mm-hmm. And they confront him. And when they confront him is when we find out why he has no alibi. Or, well, he does. He just hadn't said anything. Is that the alibi you were expecting?
No, I didn't know. I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't think he'd be the killer because it was too much. It was too easy. Mm-hmm. Like they fought before. He had connection with the cop that just died.
We didn't even touch on that. I like that. I like that they added that. I like that scene. Let's touch on that too. I like the scene where Terry snuck into Lieutenant Cotto's office and he was looking at their file, Caleb's file. And he was like, oh, I left my photo here.
How quick was he to play it off?
So quick.
How smooth.
Yeah.
That was, and here you could tell that he heard him come in, so he just drops it. And was like, oh, my picture. Forgot it.
Yeah.
My bad. Anyway, how you been? You been good? Yeah. All right. And then he just heads out.
You sound a lot like him.
Thank you. That's my Taye Diggs.
Yeah, that was really good. That was good.
But he heads out just.
Yeah, it was a good scene. Like, just subtle. Loved it. And so they confront him. Mm-hmm. And they were like, no alibi, didn't clock in, no call logs, nothing to help him.
Didn't you find it kind of crazy? I was kind of shocked that Hildy really trusts English.
Yeah.
Because Hildy went to English first about this and was completely honest. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you trust me? Aladdin?
Yeah. He hit her with the, do you trust me? The Aladdin.
The Aladdin line, yeah.
I can show you the world. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, English. No, but Hildy went to him and told him everything about the brother. Like, my brother could be a murderer, and I'm pretty much ratting him out to you.
It's true. And then at that moment, that was when Terry was like, yeah. And then in the file, it turns out they had an altercation when they used to work together X amount of time ago, over a year ago. They got in a scuffle. And so I was like, ugh, now it's like more and more our fingers pointing at Junior. But when they confront him, we realize that it's not him because he was having an affair with Alyssa. Mulkey, what are you doing?
She just wants vengeance.
She wants vengeance.
So, and he says he was going to break up with her.
Yes.
So that's why she went to Mulk. And
that's why she looked all like flustered, maybe like she'd been crying because she had gone to fight. That was the fight.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going to get Mulk and let him know you don't just throw me away.
All right. You don't.
That lap dance.
Had
both of them going crazy.
Yep. Now, another person that they're trying to clear is Navarro. And we get a little bit more of Navarro in this episode. We see that he goes to kind of a bad neighborhood. Yeah. Right?
And he looked really nervous. We thought something was up.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
I instantly was like, he's a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, you did jump that. You threw that out there really quick.
Really quick,
yeah, I was like,
right.
Come on.
It was because of what you just said, how he was standing.
Yeah.
I felt like he was very uneasy. Like if he was looking over his shoulder, like he needs to worry about something. Instantly I called it. I was like, he's a bad guy. So he goes to a bad neighborhood. And he goes to see Cristobal Navarro, played by Jose Abvil. Good job.
Hey.
Yeah, good job. Way to have an IMDb.
Hey.
And it turns out to be his brother, we think, because last name, and he calls him brother, unless they're like cousins. But he says, you stay with me.
No, that's his bro. I think that's his little brother.
Yeah, you can stay with me until you get back on your feet. And they drive away.
They really look like brothers too. I like the little camaraderie when they're slapping each other on the back and they're insulting each other in the car.
Yeah, it was precious. It was precious.
Like my little gangbanger brother. I love you, bro. How you doing? I've been good. Like, all right, let's get out of here. Stop, stop killing people. Get in this car.
We'll talk about it.
I'm a cop now.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a little
Don't
bit.
make my life hard.
Yeah, and Navarro's planning a quinceañera for his oldest daughter of total 4. I think he has 4 daughters because he says I have to do this 3 more times. But he's had a quinceañera.
I feel you. All right. Navarro, he's like, oh, he's going for it. I feel you. That's good.
Yeah, and at the quinceañera, we go a little drama. A little bit of drama here, a little bit of drama there. A little bit of drama because Alyssa and Mulk show up.
I don't like. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
That whole scene. It's just crazy how they enter. Like, first of all, when did he meet Alyssa? Was he already hooking up with her when they went to the strip club, or did he just start hooking up with her while they were at the strip club investigating the missing cop?
I'm guessing that's what happened.
That was quick.
See, this is in my mind. It was that Mulk and Alyssa had a thing at the strip club, and then after that night, Junior got Alyssa's number, had a thing. Didn't last very long. He broke up with her, and then she went back to Mulk. That's what I think. That's the order of events for me. No, you don't think so?
I can see that. That was really quick.
Yeah.
It seems she got attached.
Probably.
Daddy issues.
Exactly.
That's a stripper stereotype. Sorry, I don't mean to. If there are any strippers watching this, I'm not trying to throw you all under the bus. I'm just going based off stereotype. But that's crazy, and she's another storyline that they threw on top of everything, and it was introduced so good. And I don't know what's gonna happen now. It looks like he's gonna kill Mulk though.
Who, Navarro?
Yeah, no, Hildy's brother.
Oh, Hildy's brother. Oh, that look. I feel like I wish they would have touched more on the interaction. Like, I feel like the quinceañera ended and Junior didn't really. We didn't see Junior and Alyssa like cross paths.
Yeah, but I think that's why. I think they did a good job with that because they didn't want to cram too much into one episode.
Yeah, I guess
I'm
you're
cool
right.
with that.
Yeah, so they touched on it.
Yeah. So, you think Mulk knows?
No, I don't.
He's probably just bag me this girl. She's
Yeah,
pretty.
like, she's cute. I'm gonna
likes
keep
me.
her. I'm gonna keep her around as long as I can. You just said I said it. He wouldn't kick her out of bed.
And he seems to like. I think he likes playing the hero. So and she's probably playing that to him like I just need someone to help me.
Yeah.
Like I got you.
Yeah.
I got a gun. I save people. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. Like when she woke up, he was like right next to the bed, like pawing her shoulder.
Not
like,
creepy at all.
I was like, dang, dude, first night?
Yeah.
Like Mulk.
Mulk. You go, Mulk.
I don't know.
Navarro, I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you're doing though, because Terry says, "All right, we have to one more person that we have to check off the list."
He just approached him regularly.
He did.
Navarro.
And he said it was weird because he was with Hildy. He's like, "I don't think we should do this right now because it's his whatever."
Yeah.
And then he still goes over there and says something about Caleb, and he's like, "I don't care," or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he just did not care that Caleb is dead.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. Mm-hmm. He was feeling it. He was caught in his emotions, but I don't know why he was caught in his emotions because he hasn't seemed to be so angry the last few episodes. He seemed to have been he seemed to be pretty cool, like one of the good guys. Mm-hmm. But this is the first time that it seemed to have been another side to him where I don't know. Now I'm questioning the guy. Mm-hmm. Why? What's up with Navarro?
It was well shot. It was a well shot episode. Good job directing.
Yeah, but why? Speaking of directing, Allison Anders.
Allison Anders.
Kudos. Good job today. That was an awesome episode. You can follow her on Twitter at Miss Allison Anders. So, do that. MS, Allison Anders. Navarro really, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, do you think he's a suspect?
I think that is going to lead Terry into definitely investigating. Like, why are you such a hater? He's dead. Why are you so angry?
I guess it makes sense because Navarro was really, really nervous before when he first found out about this.
He was.
And we all thought it was because, it was his partner and all that. But maybe because there might be more. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was a really big conspiracy and like more than one cop was in on it?
Why don't we go into predictions about it?
Well, no, wait, we're gonna talk about what about? Okay, yeah. I was trying to think. I'm pretty sure there was something else I want to cover, but all right.
Which one? What? Good.
All right, okay.
If you think about it, Rafi only made her appearance like twice. Okay.
I know, but I knew something to do with Rafi.
When they told her not to have her nose up.
Yeah, when they gave Rafi the not to keep her nose clean.
Yeah, and that's the scene.
Yeah, but it's I know, but it made me think that what's going on? Like it felt like it was a setup. It felt like they're setting her there to get set up.
Really? No.
Because you look at her face and look at the guy who was talking to her. I was just like, wait a minute, are they trying to set Rafi up?
No, I just thought it was like, don't get into something you shouldn't be getting into. Kind of like the whole thing with Hildy. That's how I interpreted it. It was so, I thought that scene was so throwaway. Maybe that was my fault, and maybe there's more significance to it, but I thought it was just like a move on to the next scene.
All right.
But we'll see.
Okay, Monse.
Okay, well, why don't we tell me what you think is going to happen with Rafi if she's getting set up then? We're in predictions.
Oh, jeez. Now I'm starting to question remember what you said last week about how you were kind of thinking that Rafi might have been dirty? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm starting to think that there might be a past to her of being dirty. Okay. We might find out later that she might have a dirty past, being a dirty cop. There might be more to her and Sugar than we thought. Because even when we brought up to Mo last week, he got quiet.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I mean? I was trying to read his eyes, but he hit us with the sugar, the cool stuff. I was like, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
So we might get that. That's all I got.
That's all you got for that. Okay, for me, it wouldn't surprise me if Rafi does have a little bit of a history that we will learn about. Mm-hmm. But I hope that her pen isn't all the way involved in all this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with her being dirty back then and having a rough past, but I hope that she right now doesn't have her hands dirty in any of this situation. I hope she just kind of knows about it because of her past. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I don't want Rafi to be dirty.
Yeah. But what if Rafi and Navarro are both dirty? That sounds so awful.
I know.
What if they
What are they both dirty?
What if they're both bad cops together?
And they got rid of?
Of Caleb and Walt because they're in the way.
True.
I'm just saying, because you know how this show likes to intertwine.
Well, clearly someone's dirty and they got rid of Walt.
Walt and Caleb. Both.
Yeah.
Well, depends how you look at it.
I think one of them, I think they got rid of Walt. Caleb probably felt guilty, was going to rat them out, so they had to get rid of Caleb. Boom.
So you think Caleb was a dirty cop, too?
Yeah. They're both dirty, but there's probably more than one dirty cop. There's probably more than two. And probably the third or fourth person who's in the dirty clique were like, had to get rid of Caleb because he couldn't take it. He felt guilty and he was probably going to rat them out. So they're like, we got to get rid of Caleb.
Okay.
And then they did it.
I don't think Caleb killed Walt. So you do think Caleb killed Walt, his partner?
No, I think Caleb was in on it, yeah.
You do think he was in it? I don't. I don't think...
You think they killed Walt and they killed Caleb for no reason? Just to
I
cover it up?
I think that they just killed him because they were both giving them... You know what I mean? Like, I think they were partners and they were just in it together and they found out about whatever Navarro, possibly Rafi, were doing. And to, eliminate people knowing information, they killed them both and made it look like a murder-suicide. That's what I think. But I could be way off. Your thing about Caleb being a dirty cop also and then gonna be maybe turn into a good cop and then they were like, no, that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna let you do that.
It could be that. No, I like my theory better, but that could be a good theory.
Okay,
that could work.
We'll see.
That could work.
What about Dustin Maker? What's gonna happen with him?
We
need to get him in. That's for sure. We need to get him to sit right here and tell us.
We do need to get him in because that guy's killing it as an actor. Just how old is he?
Well, I don't know. Why don't you tweet him? I'm sure he'll
I'm
tell
gonna tweet him and ask him. He's got the kid's got to be young, and the skills he's got. Like this guy is like, jeez.
Yeah.
The lawyer. There's I keep forgetting her name.
Jamie
Nelson. She has a backup plan.
Okay.
I don't think they're just gonna let him. They're pleading guilty, but there's something else in the works.
Okay.
Because I don't think she's just gonna. Because she just seems to care so much about it. I don't think she's just like, okay, all right, he's guilty. Bye. It feels like she wants to fight for it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe she did this as like a setup for something else.
Okay.
To get him off.
Okay.
It seems like she's really empathetic towards him. She really seems to care about these tortured souls.
Yeah.
Who seem to be murderers.
Yeah. I hope that's not the end of that story. I hope it's not like,
don't wash away that. That's corny.
He's turning guilty or he's pleading guilty and that's the end of it. No. I agree. I think either she's the one that's going to has like something up her sleeve, or he's crazy. He might just be like, no, I'm not pleading guilty anymore.
We have to. There's going to be a time where we find out what happened in his childhood, right?
Yeah.
We got to know what happened with the scar with his parents. His parents got to come back.
That's what I was thinking.
His parents are super empathetic. I want to know his story. I actually want to know the story about his partner and his partner's parents.
Yeah, bring that back.
Yeah, like, guys, you can't just watch that part. I'm waiting for. I still feel like there needs to be more resolution with the two killer storyline from the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
especially, you're right, because in the last episode when we met Dustin's parents, they were like, remember that whole thing about did something happen in the past, and then they looked at each other and it was like, no, nothing happened.
yeah.
So yeah, I forgot. It seems like they're hiding something.
Maybe he was molested by his uncle.
Maybe, or maybe you said it by his father. Remember, you were like, maybe he was the one, and she knows about it.
Did I say that?
Or maybe I said it. Something like that. Something like
I said that. That doesn't sound like a bad theory.
You want to take credit for it because it doesn't sound like
maybe I
that.
said that.
Cool. And what about Sugar?
Sugar.
Sugar.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie with you. I'm a little upset at his character right now. Sugar, yo. Damn, that was so dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the whole. I gave that character a lot of credit last week, and not just because Mo was here, because he's a king, and I like the way he holds his kingdom. But man, he made a ruthless decision, and that's just like, and what's he say at the end? We got to take care of the mom, and that's honorable.
She's ours
because you took his kid.
Because and then he says at the very end, like his last thing says, "A storm is coming."
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, hold on, a storm is coming, but you threw Jaleel under the bus. I thought to prevent the storm.
But I think he still has to play it smart, just in case.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like they make decisions like that, and it's crazy that they make decisions like that when it comes to life and death. Like, well, we'll kill him anyway, just in case. It's like a businessman does ruthless decisions. They do that, but with like lies. But that's how it's life and death. And like, if he didn't kill Jaleel, and he was wrong, maybe more people would die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, now we know that his nephew's name is Cormega, because Jaleel said it.
That's
it was
a really
Cormega.
awesome name. It sounds like a rap name.
Cormega is the one who killed Victor
I think there
Chain.
is a rapper named Cormega, to be honest with you.
Is there?
Maybe.
I don't know. So my question for you: does Mo die, or does he go to jail and stay alive?
Oh, Sugar. Sorry. I was
Sugar.
like, Mo.
Sorry. Sugar. Does Sugar die? Will Sugar get killed?
I'm still gonna go with my original. I think he's gonna get killed by someone in his own camp.
His own.
I'm going with what's his name? Hobson.
Hobson.
What's Hobson's character's name? I keep calling him Hobson.
I don't know. Hobson.
That's a cooler name.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name's called Cormega.
Cormega. I know. So you think he's still gonna be killed by?
I still think he's gonna get turned on
by Hobson.
Maybe. I mean, if Hobson wants to move up, maybe Hobson sells him out to the triad.
I see that happening. I see that.
And now Hobson's got,
Yeah.
he's got big money now.
Yeah.
He's taking care of the weed and the tomatoes on the roof.
Last week I thought his nephew was going to take him out, but now I think that his nephew's going to be taken out.
Well, because look, he still says his nephew, because they still know that the nephew that Cormega killed him, because Jaleel still ratted him out before he died. So the information is out there.
Right.
Those guys who killed him know about it. So when they bring it back, they're gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute! Like, we killed the wrong guy. We still got to get your nephew. It could still be like that. Blood for blood."
And I do think that there will be a fight, a scuffle
between
Junior and Mulk because of Alyssa. I think there'll be a scuffle, not like anything crazy.
Mulk's gonna get washed,
but some scuffle.
Junior's gonna handle him.
Yeah.
Junior's a straight thug. That dude, Junior, he looks like he's been through it. That dude, I wouldn't want to fight Junior. He looks like that dude in the bar that's drinking, talking crap. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna drink on this side.
So if people are drinking and want to talk crap to you, where can they find you to talk all that?
They can find me on Twitter. Was that your segue to my Twitter? Yeah. That was really good. Thank you. At Micheal_Drew. That's Micheal EAL. On Instagram is the same thing. And also, I do the Wayward Pines after show every Thursday. And that show and this show, my brain is always wrecked.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Haagen-Dazs pineapple coconut.
Wow, that's very specific. So you guys can send him some Haagen-Dazs pineapple coconut ice cream.
You have some of that, change your life.
It's going to change my life. Now I'm going to have to buy some. Maybe I'll try it and let you know. I like strawberry ice cream from anywhere. Just give me some strawberry ice cream. I'm good with that.
You don't even like the high quality stuff. Okay.
I like Thrifty's ice cream. I like it all. You guys can talk to me about ice cream, about Butter in the First, about anything on Twitter, or you can find me on Instagram at Monse Bolanos, Monse Bolanos. We are so excited to have next week Bonnie Kathleen joining us once again.
She's coming back.
So be sure to come back next week. Be sure to go on iTunes and rate us 5 stars, because duh, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
And come back next week. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Yeah, good.
All right.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.